Do you think we are heading towards a possible World War III? And how about artificial intelligence? What role do you think AI will play on future battlefields?
It's already in play here. It's programming.
Yeah.
It's
Mm.
yeah. So the artificial
Robots
intelligence.
Okay, from the start. As young generations, how can we mentally prepare ourselves to face major crises, such as a large scale war or food shortages and so on?
Preparations for world if World War III occur, we have to mentally prepare by being strong, but it will be surprising when it happens. So if we are to mentally prepare for it, I think we have to make sure that we don't have a lot of attachments in this world, since those can be lost in one single blast radius of a nuke, like one single shine of a star. This day we are still repeating the same mistakes as history of older generations of men, women, and children.
Hello everyone, I am So Angel, and in this topic we're going to be talking about the history of World War One and Two and how it affected humans in general.
Okay, and then whether or not we'll be possibly heading towards World War III with the upcoming new wars in the Middle East with Israel and Palestine and Iran. Okay, so
First of all, this conversation and debate is intended for English learners and to listen and gain knowledge. Now let's begin with history. Many people have heard about World War One and World War Two. Could you please share the main facts or key points about those wars?
World War One was a war between the Allies, which included the United Kingdom, France, Poland, I believe so, against the Central Force, and this was during the reign of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and under his rule, he commanded very good scientists to invent this nuclear weapon so that they can fully stop the war. But before they can deploy that weapon, Germany had to surrender, and they used that weapon on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which were not occupied by fully occupied by military or the Japanese military. They had civilians in them, so they dropped those two bombs first in Hiroshima and then Nagasaki. And they dropped those bombs ending over maybe 100,000 or between 100,000 men and women. So it had a very devastating effect on the areas that were impacted. But nowadays it has recovered fully with vegetations and not a lot of nuclear waste now. It has no nuclear waste at all.
Or radiation?
Any radiation.
Let's move on to the second, shall we? Now let's move on to the present. And in the present, do you think we are heading towards a possible World War III?
There's maybe a percentage of World War III happening, but I don't think it can happen in the near future, since the Americans right now, the United States has global power. I don't think it's possible that World War III might happen. Yeah, a few countries will go to war, but full-scale wars between big nations and other big nations, like between many countries, is not gonna happen, since almost every majorly influential countries have nuclear weapons. Like North Korea, for example, they are not that influential, but they do have nuclear weapons. Pakistan and India, they both have nuclear weapons. China, they do have nuclear weapons, and United States, of course, they have nuclear weapons. So if they go to war, the outcome will be very devastating towards their own country and to others, since if one person launches the nuke, then the other person is gonna launch the nuclear missiles at them as well. So it's either who's gonna do it activate World War III first. So I think there's a possibility, but it's slim. I also there's a story I want. The person that stopped it lived till its end. Yeah. So just like that, I don't think it's gonna happen during this time. The effects of World War happening again with nuclear weapons is gonna devastate the whole planet, the ecosystem, the natural habitats of the world. It's gonna kill ourselves.
And there will be a fallout.
Yeah. And the radiation might be much more severe than last time. So.
Yes. And since there's already a huge amount of global warming on our planet, it would be
Not a lot. Still a lot, but
it's at a peak right now. It's at a peak. You know, from the past, you know, if there was a nuclear war, it wouldn't like affect the Earth that much. But right now, since you know it's almost
They
at
had nukes back then as well.
I know. So now that you know our planet, it's getting much worse. I don't think it's gonna like end near, but since the planet is getting a lot more warmer, I don't think commanders who are smart wouldn't think of this as a good idea to start a nuclear war this soon. That's what I think. Now that we're done with the second topic, let's move on to the third. Do you believe that nuclear weapons help maintain peace, or do they actually increase global danger? Wow. Okay.
Nuclear weapons are like guns to big countries. They are a defense mechanism that can work, but for a gun, for example, a gun, you can carry a gun so that you will be able to defend yourself from others that also carry guns. So if a person were to try to attack you, you can defend yourself with a gun. You can choose to not kill the person with a gun, but it will still be deadly. But for nuclear weapons, no matter what the defense was, it will be deadly no matter what. The effects will be much more severe than a gun.
And it will have a lot more impact on the civilians if you drop it near a place that has even a little bit of people, you know. It would still affect, yeah,